Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SITI Aisyah binti JAMALLUDIN, and today I will be presenting on the impact of agrotourism towards the local community resident in Cameron Highland. Okay, agrotourism is a new tourism product introduced in Malaysia. Based on agricultural attraction, the Cameron Highland Pahang is one of the most popular tourism destinations. The development of the tourism industry in Cameron Highland has brought many positive impact to the local community in general. The main objective of the study is to investigate the impact of agrotourism towards the local community resident, as the research objective is based on three: to identify the impact of agrotourism on the local community in the Cameron Highland, to examine the local community attitude towards the impact of agrotourism on economic, social, culture, and environment, to know which factor that influence the most in local community opinion toward the agrotourism. As for the research objective, to evaluate the impact of agrotourism on the local community in the Cameron Highland, to investigate the local community attitude toward the impact of agrotourism. Third is to measure between the impact of agrotourism and local community that will affect the most in local community opinion towards agrotourism in Cameron Highland. The problem statement of this study is positive benefit for agrotourism activity were not enjoyed by most of the local residents because some of them are not aware with the agrotourism development. And uncontrolled tourism development had increased the temperature and changed climate in Cameron Highland. By Arifan et al. 2014, the overdevelopment indicates some problem for environmental. Thus, sensible development and use planning need to be taken into consideration. As for Chapter 2, there are two independent variable and one dependent variable. Okay, for the environmental impact of agrotourism toward the community revolve around overdevelopment. The impact might contribute positively, such as protection of natural places, or negatively, such as climate change, landslide, and slope hill. From the economy, agrotourism provided employment opportunity to residents in Cameron Highland. Agrotourism also improved the standard living of residents, but also cost of living for them are raising. For social cultural effect, brought residents to enjoy social benefits such as improving the quality of family life and encourage interaction with new people. This is highlighted by Mazlan and Juraimi in 2014. The local community attitude associated with the action or respond toward a certain issue. This indicates the involvement them towards the tourism industry. Hence, tourism development will be successful with involvement of the local community, as their attitude is important for the decision maker to achieve sustainable tourism. By Aisyah and Kabudi 2012. Next, local community perception can refer to resident opinion. Based on Lambert and Johnson, it is referred as reaction. Based on these three components, the hypothesis is the impact of agrotourism positively related to the local community opinion, and local community attitude positively related to the local community opinion, and impact of agrotourism affect the most towards the local community opinion. As for the Chapter 3 methodology, there are two types of data collection method will be used in this research, which are primary data and secondary data. Both data are important sources for the function to test the hypothesis and the research result. The research design used is quantitative. A systematic investigation consists the process of collecting and analyzing numerical data, and type of sampling is quota sampling. Is a non-probability sampling that creates a sample involving individuals that represent a population. This is to ensure equal or proportionate representation of respondents. This is based on Tahir's 2016. The sample size of the study is 45 respondents. For data analysis and finding, demographic respondents we ask for age, gender, marital status, level of educational, monthly income, and ethnicity. As for the research question 1 and research question 2, we solve this using descriptive statistics. And for the item number 1 is impact of agrotourism with mean of 96.64 and standard deviation with 5.231 and Krombaugh alpha of 0.796. The impact of agrotourism have two highest mean, which is an increased crime rate such as thief violence or vandalism with 4.47, and next is preservation of historic building and monument 4.40. And the next one is local community attitude with a mean of 25.53 and standard deviation of 3.287 and Krombaugh alpha of 0.885. Okay, so for the local community attitude, the highest mean is I am willing to be participating in support of Agrotourism with 4.38, and the local authority should financially provide support to enhance the agrotourism development 4.36. As for the local community opinion, with the mean of 50.96 and standard deviation of 4.100 and Cromba alpha of 0.948. Okay, so for the local community opinion, two highest mean is provide opportunity to meet tourists and interact with them with 4.40 and improve the destination image of Cameron Highland 4.40. Okay, so based on the finding, this indirectly answered the question. For research question 3, we use multiple linear regression. So the result that we come out after collected through questionnaire show that two independent variables, impact of agrotourism and local community attitude, are significant to the local community opinion because the value was less than 5% level of significant. Thus, the analysis indicated that the impact of agrotourism gives the highest influence factor towards the local community opinion since it produced the highest value of standardized beta coefficient, which is 0.846. For Chapter 5, Discussion and Conclusion, the sample size was not large, therefore the result from the questionnaire was unsatisfactory. The limitation is supported by Fritz Perry through his statement that the results are not conclusive and not considered unethical. Next is time constraint for data collection. For third, qualitative method should be adopted to get more thorough response. This is because qualitative method can explain something whose scale cannot. Conclusion, this can be seen all the independent variable, impact of agrotourism and local community attitude can influence the local community opinion. In particular, this research able to suggest the policymaker and tourism-related party to understand the local community opinion towards the agrotourism and what are the matters they need to emphasize more when require the resident cooperation. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.